I now have the distinct honor and privilege to be able to introduce our invited commencement speaker, Ebony Frelix Beckwith. Ebony is a graduate of Golden Gate University, earning her Computer and Information Sciences degree, Bachelor of Science degree, before going on to have a distinguished career in private industry. Like many of you here, she's carried forward the tradition of Golden Gate University of moving forward with tremendous accomplishment in industry, in the public sphere, in the communities, and always looking back and looking forward and looking around her as to what she can do for others. Ebony managed technology at Washington Mutual before becoming a leader in technology business operations at Salesforce, and now she is the Executive Vice President and Chief Philanthropic Officer for Salesforce, and in that role leads programs and makes strategic grants focused on education and workforce development from right down the street from Golden Gate University. She's a good friend of the university, an amazing leader in this community, and we're honored to be able to have her with us to speak and share words with us today. Before she does so, and for all of the accomplishments that she has made in this community, I would like to ask her to step forward as we confer upon her an honorary degree. And I'd like to ask Chairperson Merck to join me. And just before conferring the degree, I would like to read the following citation. Ebony Frelix Beckwith, philanthropist, community leader, thought leader on support for education, distinguished alumna of Golden Gate University. We recognize your transformational service as Chief Philanthropic Officer for Salesforce and the programs and grants you administer. We applaud your work to build a global network to empower, support, and invest in a global community of women and girls. We note with pride the partnerships you and your team have created with Bay Area schools. We admire the work you are doing with Hamilton families to reduce homelessness in the San Francisco Unified School District. We appreciate the exemplary commitment you have demonstrated to causes that benefit communities around the world and your unwavering commitment to philanthropy itself. Therefore, it is my honor and privilege as the president of Golden Gate University, and by the virtue of the authority vested in me by the university's Board of Trustees, on this third day of May in the year 2019, that I confer upon you the degree Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges thereunto appertaining. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Fike, for that wonderful introduction. And I have to say, it's really great to be back at Golden Gate University, and I am so honored to be receiving this degree today. But most important, hello, class of 2019. And to the families and friends and all of the loved ones who are gathered here to celebrate you, welcome to you all. Today is a great day. And you're going to hear this a lot today. I'm sure you've heard it a million times already, and it's such a wonderful privilege for me to be able to say to all of you, congratulations to the undergraduate class of 2019. As a former graduate of Golden Gate University, I know just how hard you've worked for this moment. You've invested your time, your energy, and your money to invest in your future, and you should be so proud of yourselves. There are a lot of reasons that today is a very special day. For one, you've just accomplished something that very few people ever accomplish, and the very sobering truth is that very few women, people of color, mothers, and first-generation professionals ever achieved this lofty goal. But today, you're changing that. For some of you, I'm sure it felt like this day would never come, like the finish line was always just slightly out of reach. But today you crossed that line. And also today marks the realization that never again will you have that sinking feeling when you look at a job application and scrolling down to the bottom, you read those words, must have a college degree, bachelor's degree required, or my favorite is relevant degree strongly preferred. Today you conquer that hurdle, and here you are, strong, unbroken, and degree almost in hand. So congratulations for that. I have thought long and hard about what I wanted to share with you today, and recognizing the importance of today, I have to admit that I'm a little nervous, not because I have to speak to all of you, but because I was once in your shoes, sitting in your seats, receiving a degree from this very same institution. It feels a lot more personal and a lot more special than anything I've ever done. But I have to tell you what helped me get over my nerves. I was sitting down writing, and I realized that I have no idea who gave my commencement speech when I graduated. And I'm pretty sure the same will be true for you as you look back, so don't worry, my feelings won't be hurt. So let's be honest, the most important part of today is your degree conferment and the celebrations that will follow. For me, graduating from Golden Gate University marked the end of one long journey and the beginning of another. Before Golden Gate, I was working the graveyard shift at a company in the city, and it was an okay job, but every time I thought I was climbing the corporate ladder, I realized I was reaching and hitting a ceiling instead. And no matter how hard I tried, I just couldn't advance. But when I graduated from Golden Gate, opportunities started opening up for me. But then it was up to me. And that's really what I want to focus on today. I want to focus on what you do tomorrow morning. Once you wake up from those parties and celebrations, whatever time that may be, and you start thinking about what's next. So we're going to talk about choices, the choices that you make from here on out that will help you along your journey. So choice number one, choose to be a lifelong learner. We all know that this world is growing and changing at a rapid pace. Businesses are innovating at lightning speed, and we're doing things that previous generations would have never dreamed possible. So just because you won't need your textbooks anymore doesn't mean that your learning stops today. I think the most important skills lie in our ability to learn, adapt, and evolve. But then the onus is on each one of us to keep up. So here's how you spot a lifelong learner. Typically, they read on a daily basis and are always looking for opportunities to sharpen their skills. They take care of themselves, because a great mind combined with the body in great condition is the best asset you can have. And as someone who struggles with dyslexia, I want to put in a plug for getting enough sleep. Because no matter who you are, I think that sleep is critical to keeping your mind sharp. Lifelong learners also believe that it's never too late to start something. And lastly, they seek out opportunities to grow and never shy away from a challenge. This leads me to choice number two. Make yourself indispensable. This is sort of my tagline for anyone who knows me. So what does that look like, making yourselves indispensable? It's showing that you're willing to do any task. It's doing the thing that no one else wants to do and mastering whatever task is put before you. In the beginning, you may not be doing the work that you love, but try to look for possibilities and not obstacles. I guarantee you that choosing to make yourself indispensable will help you get to the career that you love. And I actually have the job that I have now because of this principle. So I'll tell you a quick story. So after GGU, I worked for a financial institution and a technology company. But 4 years ago, I found myself embarking on a brand new opportunity in the nonprofit space. Now, never before had I worked in the nonprofit world, so I was nervous because there was a lot for me to learn. But it's Richard Branson who said, if someone offers you an opportunity, say yes and figure out how to do it later. I think it's a lot easier now with Google. So I figured it out. I shadowed my boss. I learned everything I could from her. I sat in her meetings. I joined all of her conference calls. Basically, I was a sponge in her shadow. And when it came time for her to move on to a new role within the company, I was asked to take her position because I was a lifelong learner and I had made myself indispensable to the organization. So I know from personal experience the power of making yourselves indispensable. Next, choose to be a leader. I don't think anyone would argue that in order to drive change, we need strong leaders, strong leadership. Today's leader and leadership is about connecting with people. It's about being authentic and empathetic. It's about kindness and compassion versus ego and control. And in today's world, smart leaders know that doing well and doing good are not mutually exclusive. In fact, they go hand in hand. So get ready, because leadership doesn't just mean the boss or the CEO or the person at the top of the org chart anymore. We see leaders popping up every day, regardless of their age, their industry, or the medium. They're all around us. Leadership is what happens to people like you, people like us who wear these robes and put in the hard work. They take over and they drive us forward. And I know, you sitting here before me, I know this room is full of great leaders. So from this day forward, you'll need to think in a whole new way. You'll have to learn how to lead. Not only will you need to know how to direct a meeting, inspire people, and pitch ideas, you'll need to be ready to change lives, because that's what's expected from leaders today. Okay, so since this is a very special occasion, I thought I'd throw in a little bonus nugget choice, and it's one that's very important, especially as we're learning to lead. And that is, choose to be kind. In my own life, I know that with so many distractions, it's a daily choice and a daily intention to be compassionate, to give back, to live a life of meaning and purpose. I also urge you to lift others up with you along the way. And when you're successful, reflect upon your successes and those challenges and use those lessons to help someone else achieve their goals. To me, this is our own personal shot of personal philanthropy that doesn't involve any dollars, just moments of kindness and compassion for others. So as I close, I hope you leave here with a deep sense of appreciation for your time at Golden Gate University and a strong sense of commitment to use your education, your enthusiasm, and your energy to open up opportunities for everyone who's following in your footsteps, because you know people are watching you. I wish you tremendous success as you start or continue along your professional journey. And again, congratulations and best wishes. Thank you so much.